Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Ousmane Dembele. Talking about injury update, it has been reported that Dembele is now very okay and he will play against Mallorca tomorrow, Saturday. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about this transfer report claiming that Barcelona are preparing a huge January offer for one of Brazil's teenage prodigies by name Vitor Roque, and they're also contemplating for Hendrik in the month of January. So guys, before we get right into those stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca! 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 The international break caused a lot of concerns for Barcelona as several of their players returned home with injuries. Jules Koundé, Memphis Depay, Frankie de Jong and Ronald Araujo all sustained injuries while playing for their respective countries and have been sidelined for a considerable time. There was another concern for Barcelona as Ousmane Dembele had also picked up a knock while playing for France against Austria last week. Following that, the 25-year-old had not trained with the rest of the team and was not used in the game against Denmark. It had sparked worries over his fitness situation as well ahead of Barcelona's La Liga encounter against RCD Mallorca on Saturday. However, according to an update from Javi Miguel of AS, Dembele is completely okay, which should mean that he will be able to take the field at the San Moix this weekend. After a torrid period filled with injuries, Dembele has been enjoying a consistent run in the side with no injury or fitness issues and is finally thriving in Barcelona colours. The Frenchman has been one of Barca's most informed players this season along with Robert Lewandowski. He has already scored 2 goals and set up 4 more in 8 matches across all competitions. Losing him to an injury at a critical point in the season when Barcelona play as many as 9 matches over the month of October would have been a bitter blow to swallow. Thankfully for Xavi and the fans, Ousmane Dembele is fit and trained with the rest of the squad on Thursday, and unless there are any last-minute problems, all signs point towards him featuring for Barcelona when they face Mallorca away from home on Saturday. It's really great to have Dembele back after fears that Dembele will not be playing against Mallorca. He trained yesterday and that's big news for us, good news for Xavi. And after seeing how I've suffered with injuries for some of our key players while on international duty, losing Dembele as well could have been a big blow, to be honest. And seeing the kind of form that Dembele has been throughout the season is just so amazing. So luckily enough, I think Dembele will be fit. And it's really great to see how Dembele have changed compared to the Dembele we knew some years back, who was known as an injury-prone player. Now Dembele tries his best to always be fit. And it's really great to see that things have changed drastically when it comes to Dembele's fitness, of course. So it's going to be great to see how Dembele plays tomorrow's game against Mallorca. And if he starts, or maybe he starts on the bench, I don't know. But if he starts, then that points towards a positive sign for the fact that Dembele is 100% fit, despite fears that he will be sidelined. We have a lot of games. This October that starts tomorrow comes with a lot of matches, and we can't afford to lose many key players. Ronald Araujo, Jules Koundé will not be available for some time, even though Araujo's on is more severe because he'll be out for about 3 months. So let's see how it goes. Frankie de Jong will have about 1 week to be out. Maybe he can return next week. Then Memphis Depay as well. I don't know exactly the length of his injury. So let's just hope that those players return earlier than expected, because this is the time that we need those our key players to be available. Luckily enough, we have been talking a lot about a good squad depth, and Xavi really went for squad depth during the summer transfer window, which is really helping us because our bench is one of the best bench in La Liga without any shadow of a doubt. And despite us losing some key players through injury while on international duty, we still have some very good players who can come to the fray and still play good. We have a good team, and that is the reason why we are seeing the benefit of a good squad depth. So let's hope that the team continue to perform well despite the injuries. And with some key clashes coming up like the El Clasico later this October, the game against Bayern, Inter Milan, there are games that we need those tough players to come. But I think, things will still go well for us if we just keep focused and concentrate. Because right now I can see a belief within the whole team that we can go ahead and compete for all the trophies available. So the game against Mallorca tomorrow is a game that we all expect the team to go there and win, despite it being an away game. Even if we had all the key players being injured in international break, it's a game that we need to win. So with all due respect to Mallorca, we need to win the game tomorrow and keep fighting for the title. Real Madrid is still topping. They have won all their games, 6-6. Barca won 5, drawn 1. So looks like an interesting title race lie ahead this season in La Liga. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona have always had an eye on young footballers emerging on the scenes in Brazil. Over the years, they have brought in players like Neymar Jr. and Artumelo, among several others. While all of them have not been major success stories, Barca continue to scour the Brazilian market for the next big thing. Of late, two prospects in particular have been linked heavily with a move to Barca in the form of Hendrik of Palmeiras and Atlético Paranaense's Vitor Roque. And according to journalist Jorge Nicola, Barcelona are ready to make a huge offer for one of Hendrik or Vitor Roque in the upcoming January transfer window. Hendrik has been the talk of the town across the footballing community after his breakthrough performances at the Copina tournament earlier this year, following which a host of top clubs took an interest in the 16-year-old. But Barcelona already believed to have taken the next big step towards landing the prodigious teenage forward by holding a meeting with his entourage to assess the possibility of a move and explain their plans for the Brazilian young star. Considering that he is still 16 years old, Barcelona would have to wait for 2 more years to bring him to the club. But report states that they want to agree a deal with Palmeiras so that they avoid the risk of missing him out, especially with rivals Real Madrid also lurking. Vitor Roque is another Brazilian talent that has been on Barca's roster of late. The 17-year-old Atlético Paranaense striker has made a big impression with his performances in the Copa Libertadores tournament, helping his team qualify for the finals. Like with Hendrik, Real Madrid are also interested in Vitor Roque, but as things stand, Barcelona might be ready to pip them to the signing as one of the 2 Brazilian teenage sensations by launching an offer in the January transfer window. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.